So how are we feeling about the Patriots Steelers?
I have the Steelers -6.
I do as well. You taking the over under on 29.5.
I got the under 29.5. I mean, if you look, the Patriots putting up 0-7-6.
Mm-hmm.
It's just nothing I want anything to do with.
I genuinely think the Steelers can carry that over though.
I mean, yeah, the Steelers putting up a good 10-16-10. I mean, Matt Canada's gone now. We'll see how it works. It's still early,
Yeah, as soon as Matt Canada left, hey,
but we're in agreement. Steelers are gonna take this
Steelers
one.
are taking this
Yeah,
one for sure.
just absolutely no faith in the Patriots offense, Mac Jones or Bailey Zappi at all.
All right, Bucks and Falcons.
I have the Bucks winning.
I do have the Bucks winning.
Okay.
I'm also gonna take the over on 39.5.
I also have the over on 30.5. I
Really?
don't know. Interconference game, usually a little bit closer. Falcons are favored here, as you guys can see, but it's not by much. It's 2.5 points. That's not really much. I don't know. I like Baker.
I do.
I think he doesn't get enough credit for what he does.
I do like Baker. I mean, hey, let's be honest here. Baker was not the problem in Cleveland.
He was not.
Baker was
Absolutely
not the problem in Los Angeles.
I don't think he was either. It's just
He's
just
getting
unfortunate.
surrounded by players that are not good, not helping him. He's a good quarterback. He's a really good quarterback. Really young.
That's true. Mike Evans just hit the 1,000-yard mark again. So that's
Oh, he
something.
did?
Yes, he did. For I believe the 9th year in a row.
9
Could be
years.
wrong. 9 years in a
Wow.
row. Tom Brady,
Wow.
Baker Mayfield, don't matter. Jameis Winston, he did with Jameis Winston too. So
You know,
that's something.
that's what you gotta do. To our Lions, the Detroit Lions. How we feeling? Don't upset me.
Gotta take the Lions, winning it -3.
Lions -3, gonna take the over here.
Even though it's on the road and we almost lost, this is a bounce back.
It is. It is. I really do see J-Mo going off this week. I see him going crazy. I see Jared Goff passing for at least 250. David Montgomery and
Yeah. Even Sam Laporta probably getting in there. He had like 150 receiving yards
Sam
last
Laporta,
game.
I don't know what they're doing to that kid, but they raised him right in Iowa.
Yeah, rookie tight ends, baby. I don't know.
But I'm telling you, I have a feeling that Demo is gonna go. I think David Montgomery is gonna run for at least 100.
Which is sad for Gibbs owners. I know you have him in one of your leagues, which is tough, but
I do.
I'm a big Gibbs fan, but it looks like Demo's getting the
Combined, I'm saying
150.
at least 150. At least.
Chicago's got a decent run defense, but I don't know. We have like 2 stud running backs.
Exactly.
I think it's just gonna, I don't know. But I think the Lions are gonna take it either way. I don't think it's gonna be close.
100%. How you feeling about the Colts?
2 backup quarterbacks. Browning looked good last game against the Jags. Came away with the win, which was surprising. But Trevor
Yeah.
Lawrence did go down. Anyways, I got the Colts. I don't think it's happened twice. Colts -1.
Really?
Yep.
Taking the Bengals.
Oh, first disagreement. Okay.
I'm gonna also take the over on this one. I have a feeling. What's the new quarterback for Cincy?
Jake Browning.
Jake Browning. I mean, I don't know much about him, but I know he passed for like 300 yards last week.
And they got the win in Jacksonville.
In Jacksonville, yeah.
That was a crazy game. I was watching that. It's just.
Joe Mixon. Let me tell you, I see Mixon going big this week.
I hope not. I am playing him in fantasy this week, so I'm really hoping Joe Mixon does not do too hot. But
I mean, what is that? Bengals 53% chance to win?
yeah, and their favorite, yeah, but they're 1-point underdogs. So I'm not really sure how the ESPN thing works. ESPN thinks they're gonna win. I don't know. They did have a good last game against a much better team, I think. But the Colts are they're sneaky good. Jonathan Taylor's out. Doesn't matter. Zach Moss is coming in.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest, Gardner Minshew, people be hating on him.
That is so true. He
he's
doesn't deserve it.
They don't deserve it. I mean, Gardner, don't get me wrong, never picking you up in fantasy, but you gotta do what you gotta do. You're doing what you gotta do. That's all. I gotta respect where respect is due.
That is true. Michael Pittman breakout game last week. That was
He did
crazy.
have a breakout game.
That was crazy.
Jags, Browns.
Fortunate. Trevor Lawrence looks like he's gonna be out high ankle sprain, but so that means, so Christian Kirk is already out. he had a little groin issue on the first play after the first play of the game. So
Oh, he is out.
he is officially out according to ESPN. It says out right here. So
So they got Trevor Lawrence possibly looking like he might be out, plus Kirk.
yeah.
It's not looking good. I'm gonna take the Browns with this one.
Yeah, you know what? I think that the Jags are gonna win.
Really?
Yes, I don't know. Joe Flacco in 2023 doesn't sit right with me. He had a good first game, but I don't know if he
Joe,
can consistently do it.
Joe Flacco, you need to go back home. I'm gonna be. You need to go back home, but I'm taking you. I have trust. I have faith. I'm taking it. I'm also gonna take the over on this game.
I have the under. I don't know. Browns defense gave up like 30. The over under's 30 and a half, and they gave up like 34 on their own against the Rams, which is kind of scary. I don't know. I feel it's gonna be a bounce back for both of the teams, as in Jacksonville just lost to a backup quarterback at home.
So who is the Jags quarterback right now?
The Jags quarterback is, I believe, CJ Beathard.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I've never heard of him, but at the same time, you got to look at what's going on with Browning over in Cleveland.
That's
You
true.
got to go look over at what happened with Brock Purdy in San Francisco. I mean, you never know. This dude's unknown. Same thing as Tom Brady back in
Josh
the day.
Dobbs too with
Josh,
Minnesota.
exactly. Josh Dobbs. You don't know what's going to happen, so I have a feeling that he's going to come out passing, ready to play.
I mean, it's gonna be a good game. It's a close one.
Panthers and Saints. How we feeling about this?
I'm taking the Panthers. Absolutely not. I'm taking the Saints minus
Okay.
4.5.
All
There's
right.
no
I'm taking the
chance.
Saints as well, but I'm also going to
Yeah.
take the under on this.
I am also taking the under. I don't know.
I don't. The Panthers, really? What's
Bryce
the Panthers'
Young's-
last games looking like?
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
All the L's in the row.
No. I just don't see it happening, especially against the Saints.
Yeah.
The Saints are not doing that good, but 1-11.
They put up 28 against Detroit.
They did put 28 up against Detroit, but
I don't know. I mean, the Panthers played the Bucks close, but I don't know. I don't see a way.
I don't see a way that they
Yeah.
go over. It's just I feel like the Panthers are just the new Detroit Lions.
The poverty
The
franchise.
poverty franchise, like 1-11 is wild.
71% chance according to ESPN.
And who's home? Who's home for this match?
The Saints.
The Saints, and Carolina is 0-7 away
That I mean, they only got one win on the road, or
at home.
yeah, at home. 1-11 though. I like
don't
Bryce
know.
Young. Just there's no offense. Chuba Hubbard's coming alive in fantasy though. I know you have him in one of your leagues,
Chuba is
Yep.
he's coming alive.
which is
Chris Olave
Awesome.
though,
he is.
let me tell you something about Olave, man. I don't know what they're feeding that kid, but
Also, I just want to mention. I know Derek Carr. I saw him questionable after the Lions
he
game.
was, yes.
So I'm not sure if Jameis is coming in. I'm a big Jameis lover. I love Jameis Winston.
I mean, Jameis is good, but who's that other guy that they got?
Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill
Just
playing
knife,
5 positions. That I don't know. I would rather see Taysom playing in this game than Jameis. I'm gonna be honest, just to see what he can do. Just to see what he can do. If you really want to put Jameis in there,
Okay.
you want to put Jameis in there, just put Taysom at tight end. You don't
I
want to put
mean-
him at tight end, put him at running back. You don't want him there,
Anything.
put him at wide receiver. It don't matter. He
So
plays
true.
everything.
That is so true. But yeah, the Panthers, unfortunately, you're gonna fall to 1-12. Jets.
Texans and Jets. You got Zach over there. They have a chance. No, I'm just fucking. Houston's winning. Let's be honest here.
Houston minus 5.5.
CJ Stroud. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Although we shall mention Tank Dell probably out for the year.
Really?
Yes, which means Nico Collins is gonna have to step up.
Hey, I'm not trying to be that guy. Nico Collins from Michigan. Love Nico.
It's true.
But look at what he's been doing. He has these games where he's not doing good, don't get me wrong, but he has these games where he goes crazy. 150 yards, it's 2 touchdowns, it don't matter.
I'm not a big last 5 guy, but let's just take a look at the Jets versus Texans last 5. I mean,
Yeah.
8, 13, 6, 12, 6. They're not putting up any points. The
I
Texans are
do
putting
have
up
the
good
over
points.
for this game though.
I have the under. I know you're a big Texans fan, but
I
like
am. I do feel that the Texans will go and the Jets maybe, I'm saying the Jets maybe score 10 points. Maybe.
if even.
If even. But I feel that the Texans, I feel CJ Stroud, Nico Collins, they can get it done.
That's true. Damian Pierce is back in the lineup.
He is.
Although Devin Singletary may have the lead role, I'm not quite sure. It's going back and forth. Game.
Rams, Ravens. Gonna take Baltimore. One of the best teams in the country right now.
That's true.
You
Lamar.
can't contend with that. After watching the Lions Ravens, I thought the Lions would go crazy.
Don't
The
bring that
Ravens
up, man. That
the
was a
Ravens
painful
were
one.
crazy. I really do have faith. I mean, let's be honest here. Lamar Jackson. That motherfucker don't slow down.
You don't.
He don't slow down. Plus you got Zay Flowers over there.
Yes.
Gus Edwards. What are you gonna do with that?
I know. My only issue is if you want to look at Kyron Williams of the Rams, came off of
He is.
IR, went berserk
Yes.
the last 2 games. Matthew Stafford coming alive. Puka Cup actually got a touchdown last game. Looked actually, relevant.
Yeah.
He's been out, but like, I mean, 36 and 19. He put up 36 points against the Browns, who probably had a top 5 defense.
Yeah.
That's scary. So
I
I
mean-
took the Rams +7 to cover. I still think the Ravens are gonna win.
I actually took the Ravens -7.
Oh, so you think that?
I think they're gonna get at least a touchdown over, and I'm also gonna take the over on the game. I feel like it's gonna be a really high scoring game.
Yes, I agree.
I feel that the
over.
40.5 over under that is not just.
I don't know. I'm looking at some of these over unders of the other games. I don't know how this game is only 40.5, but
Exactly.
yeah, I think the Ravens are gonna roll. Vikings Raiders. Josh Dobbs, Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah. Aiden O'Connell, telling you, I got the Raiders +3.
I completely disagree. Minnesota -3.
No.
Josh Dobbs effect.
You gotta understand that Aiden O'Connell, I don't fuck with him at all. I'll be honest. I don't think he
Okay.
should even be in the league.
Okay. You think Jimmy G should be starting instead?
No.
Okay, good.
But Aiden O'Connell, he's just a kid, still young. I think he's 21, 22 years old, maybe.
Yeah,
He's
I'm not sure.
really young. I have a feeling they're gonna do good.
Okay.
They played KC Miami last. I mean, what are you gonna do
That's
against them?
true.
Like,
But I believe Josh Dobbs had 4 interceptions, and they still only lost by 2 against the Bears.
Wow.
Bears aren't great,
wow.
but 4 interceptions. I mean, I think it's a Josh Dobbs bounce back, to be honest. But that's
Could be.
I believe in him.
I believe in him, but I think this is Aiden's week. I think this is his time to show out, show what he can do, why he's in the league, why he got drafted. I think this is why he's there.
And also, I will give you credit. This KC score, 31-17, did not do it justice. The Raiders were in it pretty much the whole time
Exactly.
against
Exactly.
KC.
Yes.
Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce.
And then I believe that's a 7-point loss to Miami.
That is also very true. They
A
played them
team
very
that
good
scored 70 points this season.
against the Broncos too,
Yeah.
who were supposedly going to have a top 5 defense, and now we don't know where that's at. We'll get into the Broncos a little bit later, but
Yeah. Crazy.
yeah, oof. I don't know. I can't imagine Josh Dobbs is going to have that bad game again. So
This is definitely a top 3 game this week.
yeah, big spread.
Huge
But-
spread. I'm gonna take the under on this spread. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm taking 49ers winning by more than 10.5. Big spread, but it's the look what they just did to the. Let's go down here. 49 or 42-19 against the Eagles.
The Eagles, yes.
They already beat them 31-13, so they covered that.
Yeah.
I don't
mean,
know.
I do see the 49ers winning by at least 10.5.
Yeah,
If not more, at least 2 touchdowns.
at home too.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
The Seahawks are a good team. I just
Yeah.
don't see it happening, I'll be honest.
I think the 49ers are starting to roll after those 3 straight losses. As you can see, last 4 wins, none particularly
Yeah.
close.
I mean, going back to what I said earlier about Brock Purdy, like, came out of nowhere, doing what he does.
They like to discredit him, but he's rolling.
He's rolling. He's going through this league. He's not showing any mercy.
That is so true. And I don't know. The Seahawks, Kenneth Walker, he's questionable. He didn't play last week. I don't know if he's gonna play this week. That means Charbonnet gets their lead role. Good back, but it's the
He's-
49ers.
yeah.
Come on, we can't.
It's not happening. Bills, Chiefs.
Chiefs at home. Chiefs falling to the Packers.
I'm taking the Bills.
I am also taking the
Yeah,
Bills.
I don't see how the Chiefs can recover from a loss to the Packers.
I mean, if you look at this, they fired their coordinator after they lost to the Broncos. Bad loss for the Bills.
Mm.
They come up there, put 32 on the Jets, who have a good defense, and then lose against the Eagles, who they outplayed, may I tell you.
Yeah,
They
did.
outplayed the Eagles in overtime. End up losing. Green Bay, on the other hand,
Come on.
I
Green,
mean,
Green
Jordan
Bay's a
Love
good
carved
team,
them
but
up.
come on.
Jordan Love carved them up.
He did. And that shouldn't be happening. The Chiefs, is this the same team that won the Super Bowl last year? Wow.
It's
I'd taken the Bills.
they're suspect, man. Let me tell you,
But are you taking the over?
I'm taking the under.
I am also taking the under. I see the Chiefs at least winning, or at least losing, sorry. I see them losing by at least a touchdown.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, a touchdown. That's
I'm predicting that the over under, I'm saying they get around 40 points total.
okay.
I'm saying
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be like a 21-14 game.
These have really good offenses, but I think the defenses are bound to have a bounce back. I mean, the Chiefs' defense was doing so great, and then Green Bay didn't look that good, and obviously the Eagles are good, but like, I don't know.
You have two
37?
teams. You have two teams that are coming off a loss, trying to prove that they're still meant to be in this league, meant to be in the playoffs, doing what they can. So I'm gonna stick with that Bills team.
Absolutely, that's it. I agree.
Broncos country, let's ride.
Are you riding with the
But
Broncos?
not today. We're taking the Chargers, baby. J Herb, we're doing it. You know, Justin Herbert needs some goddamn weapons because they can't catch.
Yeah, I have Austin Eckler in both of my fantasy leagues. He's not looking too good anymore.
Yeah, I don't. Justin Herbert's out here passing for 200 yards. It would be 350 as the wide receivers could catch a ball.
Quentin Johnson, baby.
Yeah, I swear, Quentin Johnson. I don't know what he did, but he needs to go right
But I
now.
am taking the Broncos to win. I don't know. Look at, again, not a last five guy, but they've been playing very good. They lost to a good Texas team
They did. They did.
by 5. On the other hand, the Chargers put up 6 points in their last game, which is barely a win, and then they lost the 3 before that.
They did, but you also got to remember New England playing against the Chargers.
That was a painful game.
It was
6-0.
Boring game. Terrible. Like, I don't know how anybody watched that game because I turned that shit off right away.
So you're not a Broncos fan, or you just think that the Chargers are better than,
It's not that I'm not a Broncos fan. It's more the fact that I fucking hate Russell Wilson.
Okay.
I'm not a
Okay.
Russell Wilson fan. I'll be honest. I don't know why. I loved him when he used to play for the Seahawks.
Okay.
Loved him. Once he came to the Broncos country, let's ride. I had to watch them on almost every single primetime game
Yeah.
to watch them lose. He lost my respect.
I guess that's another disagreement we're gonna have right there. So we got a lot of good games being played. Broncos are trying to get to the playoffs.
They are.
They're
They
kind
are.
of close. Chargers are having a very lackluster season.
Mhm.
Mike Williams went out for the year. That is a big blow to them. But on to the next game, which I think is the best game.
Eagles Cowboys.
Eagles Cowboys.
Yeah.
What do you got here?
I'm taking the Cowboys, but I'm
Okay.
gonna take the Eagles plus 3.5.
Okay. I do want to make note that the Eagles did beat Dallas earlier in the season, 28-3
They
or
did.
28-23,
They did.
but the Cowboys played a lot better.
Yes.
So I am taking the Cowboys, but I'm also taking Eagles plus 3.5. What are you
No.
taking for the over under here?
Under. There's no way they hit that. 52.5.
52.5 is a monster number.
What's their last? I mean, damn. 35. What is that? Oh, 41, 42. I mean,
Pick the over. I think it's going to be kind of look at this last game, 28-23. I think it's going to be a similar thing to that. I just think Dallas is going to pull it out this time. CD Lamb, can we talk about Dak Prescott?
dude.
Oh my Lord. Went from being a meme to an MVP candidate.
Dude, I don't know what Dak did. Dak,
Dak is crazy.
beginning of the season, everyone said, fuck Dak. No one liked Dak. I don't know what he did to make everybody love him. But those Cowboys might win a playoff game this year.
He's what Russell Wilson wants to be.
Exactly.
That's exactly what. Yeah, they are rolling, man. I mean, 4 last 5, beat the Seahawks. That was a close game,
It
but
was.
destroyed the Commanders on Thanksgiving. I mean, these two teams aren't that good, but I don't know. I got the Cowboys here. It's gonna be that's the game I'm gonna
I think
watch.
I think the Cowboys are gonna barely win, but I think they're gonna get there.
Titans Dolphins.
Uh,
Not so exciting game.
Let's be honest here. Let's be honest here. Miami plus 13.
Minus 13.
No,
Yeah.
plus 13. Or I mean,
You think the
minus-
Titans are gonna cover 13?
minus? Sorry,
That's
minus.
what I thought. Yeah. I also have Dolphins minus 13. over 47.5.
I am, yeah,
I think they might be able to put up 30 or 47
yeah.
by themselves.
I think that this score might get over a combined 57.
I mean, Tyreek Hill's almost got 1,500 receiving yards already.
Dude, you got
1,500.
the Dolphins have weapons, man. They got weapons. You got Tua
Yeah.
who's out here throwing like a lefty. Like, I don't know what bro's doing, but he's whipping that hoe. You got Tyreek Hill who's 20 yards in front of his nearest defender. And you got Waddle who's just left wide open because everyone's guarding Tyreek.
Tyreek last week had two 60-plus yard touchdowns.
Yeah.
That
Why?
was
I don't understand how it happened.
They need some safety help on him, but I mean, A-Chain's back. He looked
Yeah,
good.
A-Chain is back. That's another weapon right there.
They're just. This is not even going to be close, man. I mean, this is. I kind of feel bad, to be honest. I mean, let's just look at the last five. They played the Colts kind of tight, beat a bad Panthers team, then 3 losses. I mean, where you have the Dolphins, who are literally just rolling, lost to that one in it was overseas. I think this was Germany.
That was the Germany game, yes.
I don't think that represents them very well.
It does. I mean, look at their past games. 45, 34, 20 to 13. That was a closer game, but
Yeah.
then you got 31-17. They're rolling through everyone.
Yeah, it's not that close. And I don't know who's gonna be the puncher this game because I saw Stonehouse right here on the injured list. He like got his leg bent backwards.
Really?
Yeah, I gotta show you that video after this.
Wow.
It was bad. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing there, but this is gonna be a massacre. Not close.
Packers, Giants. What are you taking here?
Love or DeVito? I'm taking the Packers minus 6.5.
I'm also taking the Packers, but I'm not going to take minus 6.5.
Ooh,
I'm going to take the Giants plus 6.5.
DeVito, okay. You like DeVito?
I do.
Okay.
But, I do feel like I have a hunch that Green Bay could win this game. I also have a hunch that the Giants could win this game.
Oh,
I
okay.
think it's going to be close. I did take the under. I feel like this is going to be a low-scoring game.
I also took the under,
Yes.
yep. Packers defense looking a little bit better than before. See, they just beat KC. They beat Detroit, our Detroit Lions,
Yes, our Detroit.
on Thanksgiving. We can't get a Thanksgiving win.
Cannot believe it.
They beat the Chargers, lost a close one to Pittsburgh, and destroyed the Rams. Giants.
The Giants are coming off a huge losing streak, winning 2 straight. They're not winning.
They beat the Patriots, man. Come on.
The Patriots and the Commanders. I mean, you're losing to Dallas, who's, again, Dak Prescott. You're losing to Aiden O'Connell.
That was a bad loss, though.
It was. And then you're losing to the Jets.
Jets.
In OT, you're taking it to OT against Zach Wilson.
That's why I don't think this one's going to be close, man.
I think it will be close. I just, look at
DeVito has been playing better.
There's 2 games, three games, I guess, but 2 losses where it's a bad loss. You got 13-10 against the Jets in OT.
Yeah.
But 10-7 against New England. Not the best team, obviously, but it's a close game. I feel like it could be close, and I think the Packers will hold them to less points. And I think the Giants will also hold the Packers to less points. I just feel like the
Defensive
Giants,
battle, lots of punts.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. I feel like it's going to be I don't know. You remember what Super Bowl that was? There was a Super Bowl where it was a really low scoring game. I think the Patriots were in it. I want to say the game ended up being like 10-7, 13-7.
Not a very entertaining one.
Super Bowl.
That's crazy.
But I have a good feeling about how I feel about all these games coming up this week. And yeah.
Cardinals and Commanders on a bye, so don't gotta worry about it. Either of them taking an L. So
Yeah,
that's good.
Cardinals, Commanders, I mean, play them against each other. I ain't know who the fuck I think. Cardinals, you got fucking what? Kyler Murray?
Kyler Murray and James Conner. That's about it. Commanders, you got
Sam Howell.
who is leading the league in passing yards, but it's not enough. Yeah,
I don't see what's happening here, but,
Yep.
just wait until playoff time. You got week 14 coming up. 3 more weeks coming.
Yes.
It's
Teams
looking
making
good.
a look for a playoff
Looking
push.
good. Yeah, I mean, what are the Lions right now? The Lions are,
I believe they are 8-3.
is it 8-3?
Let's check. 9-3.
9-3,
They
yes.
won last week. I forgot
9-3.
about that. Yep.
I mean,
How we feeling about our Lions in terms of playoff push?
100%. I'm not worried about the Lions.
Okay.
I think the Lions have a really good chance of making the playoffs. I think they will make the playoffs. And I think this is going to be the first year I remember watching the Lions win a playoff game.
I don't think I was born for the last time they won one, to be honest. So
I don't even remember what it was. I remember Matthew Stafford going to the playoffs and we fucking got killed. Yes.
what's new?
Nothing, nothing. I mean, how are we feeling about the other divisions though on playoff points? I mean, you the Ravens. We already know the Ravens going.
Let's look at the standings here because I kind of want to just. Okay, Dolphins are up. They're a lock. If you wanna
Yeah,
go with-
yeah.
The Bills, they're fighting. I don't know. They're on the verge. I don't think they're gonna make it.
I
Unfortunately,
think they could make a wild card.
you think
I
so?
think they can make a wild card push.
Jets, Patriots have no chance whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
This is the best division by far. Although a lot of their quarterbacks are now injured. Pickett injured. Deshaun Watson out for the year. Joe Burrow
Joe
out for
Burrow.
the year.
Yeah.
So it's tough.
I mean, we're gonna see what's going on with Browning in Cincinnati,
That's true.
but
It's
you never
close
know.
here.
He could do a lot if Baltimore somehow. I think Baltimore's making it. I'm gonna be honest.
They got it.
Baltimore's making it. It's
Yeah.
between Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and Cincinnati. I feel like if Cincinnati can win out, I think they have a chance. I think they have a chance.
Do you want to look at Cincinnati's schedule? See how they.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
see how they're doing.
So let's see who they got. They got the Colts this week. I know you picked them to win that one. I picked the Colts. But then
Yes.
they got the Vikings, who are, a pretty decent team. Steelers, interdivision rival. They need to win that game if they want it.
Yep.
Chiefs, toughie. Browns, another division game. So I think
They need to win those division games.
It's going to be tough for them. I don't know.
I just really want to see another push like what Brock Purdy did.
Okay.
I think it's like March Madness. You're hoping for that
The underdog.
yeah, the Cinderella story.
Jake Brown would definitely be a Cinderella story.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see where these teams land. The AFC South.
I mean,
Trevor Lawrence out for probably this week. Who knows? Maybe more.
could be a high
Goodness.
ankle sprain. I had a high ankle sprain once. I think it was 2 weeks,
Two?
depending on what he's getting put on for
He got him with
training.
that good drugs and stuff.
Yeah,
probably, too.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So I mean, he's gonna be out. I think this week for sure. Which they gotta win this game if they want to keep in playoff contention. Because I see the Colts coming up right behind them.
You know who I see coming up?
The Texans.
Absolutely.
Yep. I
CJ
see
Stroud.
CJ's gonna go off this year. I'm telling you. I don't know.
They
what-
might win the division.
Oh yeah.
Forget the wild card.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. Then you got the AFC West. I mean, not much to be excited about. The Chiefs dominating
I'll
as
be honest,
always.
I think the Chiefs will make.
Broncos are looking for it. Chargers in Vegas, I don't think are statistically, like mathematically out yet. I just
They're
don't
not.
think.
It's the only
I
way.
just- yeah.
I think the only way they can make it. Let's say I really want the Chargers to make it because I think Herbert deserves it. I really do. He at least a playoff appearance.
He's a dog.
He is a dog. He's
Yeah.
got that dog in him. But I think the only way is if Kansas City and Denver lose out.
Yeah. Which I don't know if I see Kansas City losing out.
I don't.
I don't think I see either of them losing out really at all, actually. But it's unfortunate. It's a bad season. If you're
Yeah,
if you're a
it
Chargers
is.
fan, you're probably
Yeah.
pretty disappointed. Now another stacker division, at least on the top.
All right. Let's be honest here.
Now, what if
Philadelphia making the playoffs. They're winning their division.
you think
Dallas,
they're gonna win their division?
100%. I think Dallas will get that wild card for sure.
Well, they're both gonna make the playoffs for sure.
Yes. It's
We
just
both
I-
had the Cowboys winning, which means
We
they
do.
would both be 10-3.
they would
One to
be.
one head to head tiebreaker. I'm not sure what the next thing is, but let's just look at these differentials. Plus 168. I'm not saying the Eagles are getting lucky, but 41 on a 4-game win. If they win this next game against the Eagles, watch out.
Yeah.
They might win out. I know they got a few more hard. I'm gonna look at their schedule real quick. I know they have a few more hard games coming up. Bills, Dolphins, Lions.
Mm.
But if they beat the Eagles, I mean, anything can happen.
Mm.
I don't know. It's just they definitely have a hard schedule, but they have the talent. If Dak keeps playing like Dak, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks is coming out of nowhere.
I mean, what's the Eagles' schedule looking like?
Let's take a peek. I don't know off the top of my head. Obviously, they got the Cowboys this week. Seahawks. So they have a much
Wow.
easier
A
schedule.
breeze. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I don't see
Yeah.
the Cowboys winning their division.
Now that I'm looking at it, I don't think so either. I mean, Seahawks, that's gonna be a decent game. But they get the Giants twice and the Cardinals.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is an embarrassing loss. 42-19.
It is. I mean, the 40. Let's be honest though. Brock Purdy and those Niners, man.
I mean, still, you're at home and you get embarrassed.
I've seen that quite a bit as a Lions fan. I'll be honest.
That is true. But
When you're
I
a
don't
playoff
know.
contender, I don't know.
This is gonna be a good game because you got the Cowboys rolling, and then you have the Eagles who were rolling, obviously,
Mm.
but then embarrassing loss. Is this a bounce back week for them?
It could be. I'll be honest. I don't know.
It's the
I don't.
bounce back versus the rolling. I don't know.
I think the Cowboys just keep rolling through that, and then
Yeah.
I think next week, after this week, I think the Eagles are going to take an L this week, and then after this week, I don't see them losing for the rest of the season.
Especially if they lose 2 straight.
Exactly. I don't. Jason Kelsey, man, not letting anybody by.
Our division.
Yeah. The Lions.
What do you think about the wild card here? I mean, obviously we're
The
Lions
wild
fans.
card here.
We're both getting the Lions as the.
Oh yeah.
The
I mean,
winner
let's
of
be
the
nine.
division.
Even if I wasn't a Lions fan, 9-3, they're rolling through the league. Rolling through the
They
league.
have a few hard matchups coming up. They have Minnesota twice, the Cowboys.
They do.
But
I mean, let's be honest here. Minnesota. The Lions are holding a grudge against Minnesota just because of Hawkinson.
True.
He's gonna get traded and say the first thing he says to the press is, "I can't wait to get some W's." No, we don't let that stand.
I think the Packers might make a little sneaky playoff push.
They could. I do see. I would rather have the Packers making it over Minnesota. I'll be honest.
Really? Even with Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams dominating us for all those years?
Yeah, because I just don't like Hawkinson.
That's true. Okay.
But like Green Bay, Jordan Love, even at the beginning of the season, I did not like him. I did not think he was a guy for the Packers, but he's proven to be he is.
Yeah, he's starting to play pretty well. I mean, Bears, if you're a Bears fan, look away.
Yeah, I don't. Who's a Bears fan? Come on.
That's true. They were, I don't know if they were favored to win the division, but they were definitely not projected to be last
The
here.
Bears were.
The Bears were projected to be last?
No. I'm asking. They're
Oh.
projected to be up more.
Oh, yeah, they were either first or second.
Who's
They were
pro-
supposed to be very good with Justin Fields.
who's projected to be last then?
Probably the Pack. Let's be
Packers.
honest. Did
The
anyone?
Packers with Jordan Love? Yeah.
I mean, Kirk Cousins goes out for the year with the Vikings.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't. Then you got this division here.
Wow.
This is a painful one. I mean, this is like
You know, I was gonna make a joke and say Carolina has a chance, but there's an E next to their name. You know what that means?
no chance.
Eliminated. They have no chance.
Yeah, that's tough.
So Falcons. I mean, who is this Falcons quarterback right now?
Desmond Ritter, I believe.
Is it Ritter? I mean, Ritter.
They've been switching back and forth. I know Heineke's there, I believe. Let's see here where we want to see who the quarterback was last game here. Ritter.
Yeah,
Ritter was the quarterback. So it looks like Heineke was split in for a little bit. I'm not sure if Ritter was hurt, but it looks like Ritter had most of it.
Yeah. So I mean, the Falcons. I think they have a good chance to make the playoff, but it's close. Their division is. It's like comparable to the MLB,
The Tigers.
the
division.
American League Central.
Let's be honest though. I'm a Bucks fan, sorta. I like them the most here. I think they might end up winning this division,
I think they
but
have
they're not
chance.
making a playoff
Baker's
push.
their quarterback, right?
Baker is their quarterback.
I do see.
Rashad White.
What's their season looking like for the rest of the season? Their schedule.
Let's take a peek here. So we got the Falcons, the Packers, the Jags, the Saints, the Panthers. So you have 3 division games.
Mm.
I don't know.
I'll be honest. I only see. I don't think the Jags will be that good because you're gonna have
Depends when Trevor
Trevor.
comes
You're gonna
back.
have Trevor coming off an injury. I don't think he's gonna be doing as much as he wants to be doing. So I see them losing to the Packers and losing to the Saints, and then winning the other 3. So I mean, there is a chance that they make the playoffs, but it's gonna be a really close one.
It doesn't really matter. None of these teams are making a push in the playoffs, so
No.
you can kind of say goodbye to that. Let's be honest here. And the last division, an interesting one. 49ers are obviously winning
yeah.
this division.
Brock Purdy, man.
Rams or
Right.
Seahawks? Who do you think are going to finish higher?
The Rams and Seahawks. I mean, I'll be honest. The Rams. I don't think the Rams are that team anymore.
No? Okay.
Matthew Stafford just isn't that good anymore. I don't know if it's because
they're
of
on a
his
3-game
injury.
win streak and the Seahawks are on a 3-game losing streak.
It is,
Not that
but
that means anything.
you gotta think though. The Seahawks. Who's
Let's
this? Geno Smith.
Geno Smith. Let's look at the. I mean, the schedule is not too bad. I mean, obviously you got the Ravens, tough.
You got the Ravens. You got the Saints.
3 fairly easy games.
I think the Saints is gonna be a close one, but then you
Really?
got the 49ers to end the season.
Keep in mind, we know they're not going to win the division.
No.
They just got coming, good enough. Let's take a look at the Seahawks because I know they got to play 49ers and the Eagles
Mm.
and the Steelers. They'll probably beat I mean, even maybe not the Titans. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's, I'm
Mm.
not gonna lie. It's looking good for the Rams.
Yeah, I think the Rams are gonna pull that one.
Oh yeah, for
Second
sure.
place there.
And then who's last in that division?
The Cardinals.
The Cardinals. I see. I think the Cardinals are a good team. It's just Kyler Murray has been injured all year.
He's been coming back. I mean,
They're on a 1 game win streak, and how many games has he played? Two. I think he's
um,
been back for 2 weeks.
3 games.
3 games.
Yes, the Texans was his second one or his
So I
first
mean,
one.
the Texans was a close game. The
Oh, no.
Rams, I don't.
That
That's
game was
wild.
horrible.
Wow.
Yeah. But then they beat the Steelers, who are fairly good, on the road by 14.
I guess we'll just have to see next week with the 49ers how this turns out. I mean, the
Yeah.
49ers are an amazing team compared to the Cardinals.
That's
So we'll see how Kyler performs, see what he does.
Yeah.
But I think they for next year, I think they have a good team. They have a really solid young team.
Yeah.
They got Bijan as well, right?
That
Or
is the
no,
Falcons.
the Falcons,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Bijan on the Falcons,
He's nasty, yeah.
he's nasty. He's like Jameer Gibbs over in Detroit.
They are very comparable, I feel like.
They really, I swear they are. They're really big. Really, I mean, not even big. They're just strong.
They're very quick people as well, between the tackles.
Yeah, I mean, it's wild.
That's week 14.
Yeah, week 14, come back for 15.
Yes, sir.